to my channel, Code This. I'm Coach Eric, and on today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to play the piano. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in. On this episode, I'm going to teach you how to play the piano like Mozart. What I wanted to do was freshen up on my computer typing skills, and why not learn the piano at the same time? So I mixed them together, and this is what I came up with. So let's take a look here. As you saw at the top, I have a house here. I have some songs. You hit the house, you hit the songs, you go to the songs, you go back. Well, how did I do all this? Well, it's actually really quite simple when you get into it. So let's take a look. I have it all here. I'm going to get rid of one keyboard. We'll make the keyboard, and then we'll add a song and make a background. So let's take a look. So the first thing we got to do is get a keyboard. So go down here to your Sprite, click it, go over to the music, find the keyboard, there it is, and here's our keyboard right here. Let's go to costumes because we need to make it a little bit smaller. I do want to go to one of the songs, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it over this keyboard. I'm going to go here, get the, well, I'm going to be on the little arrow. I'm going to highlight it, and now I'm going to make it smaller. It needs to be a little bit bigger, so let's make it a little bit bigger, a little bit more, just a little. There we go. Huh? That looks, well, let's not get too. Okay, so let's now, oh, I'm sorry. First, let's center it out. There we go. Now we'll put it over here. Okay, I want it right about there because this one's going to pop up and have a letter. So there we go. Okay, now we want this thing to jump, just like you saw in the intro. I do not need the second costume, so let's go here. Right click on it, duplicate it. Now it's the exact same size. This will be number 2. This will be the second costume. Highlight it, and all you have to do is just move it up. That's it. Okay, and then we want to add the text. I want this one to be letter A because that's the sound, and it's also going to be the letter that I'm going to associate it with. But let's do letter A. I like the handwriting text. There it is. Highlight it, bring it over. Let's take a look. It's a little small. I'm going to make it go up, make it bigger. And there we go. So now you can click here. You can see the first position and then the second. And this is what will happen. Okay, there we go. So now we got our keyboard. We got their 2 costumes. That's what we needed. Let's go do the code for it. Now, like I said, pretty simple. Go to events and get the when the spacebar key is pressed. I would like it to be the letter A. You can have it whatever you want. Again, I'm working on the home row of my computer, so letter A, S, D, F, G, and then I also have the other side, the L and the K. So I want this to be letter A, and it just so happens that that is going to be that sound too, the A sound on the piano. So when the A key is pressed, what's going to happen? Go over to looks, and we're going to want to switch the costume to the second keyboard costume, 2 right there. And let's get another one because we're going to want it to switch back. Okay, and we want it to make a sound. We have to make the sound, so go over here. Get the sound, get start sound. If you use the play sound until done, it'll be playing too long, and if you want to hit it twice fast, it'll wait for that first sound to be done if that's a second and a half or whatever. So the start sound is better. Put it in there. As you can see, it says C2 electric piano. Don't want that, but I don't see any here, so because this is an electric piano, I don't really care for the electric piano. Go to sounds, go down to the bottom and click it, and then we're going to find, since we're on letter A, we can easily just A bass, blah, 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 A piano. Now, A piano is different than A electric piano, so that's what we want, A piano. Go, and I made these louder. There we go. I made all of them that one, so that was easy for me to know. Now, when you go to code and you go to your start sound, there it is, A piano. Okay, now can't just add and switch back, because when the code reads, it reads from top to bottom, and it will just read that so fast that it will consistently stay on the first costume. So let me just show you really quick. I'm going to press the letter A. You can hear the sound, but it's not moving. So what we're going to do is we're going to move that out, go to the control up at the top, get the wait 1 second, put it in here, and what you want to do is switch this. If you keep it at 1 second, it'll wait for 1 second. So to make it go faster, I figured out 0.05 seconds is my magical number. You might have a different magical number. Let's see what happens. There you go. That's my magical number. There it is. Keyboard coding done. Okay, that was, like I said, pretty darn easy. Now, we have, right now, 6 backdrops, 6 stages. As you can see here, I have my backdrops, and I have stage 1 and 2 and 3. They're called stages or backdrops, okay? So, we want our keyboard to be able to be on all of the stages except for 1, because that's the home stage. So I don't want the keyboards showing on the home page. So I'm going to go down here. First, I do want to move this over here because I like to be organized. Let's go back and code the keyboard so that doesn't happen. Go into the events, and when the backdrop switches to backdrop 1, I'm going to hide, because this is backdrop 1 right here, and we don't want it to show. So put the hide in there so it hides and it doesn't want to be seen. He wants to make his big entrance when you click on the other stages, and you can see all of them. The other ones are there, but it's not there. So how are we going to do that? Well, one thing, go to when backdrop switches, right click it, duplicate it, and hit number 2, backdrop 2, but we don't want it to hide, so get rid of the hide. Bye-bye, hide, and show me. We want it to show. There we go. So now, technically, Old MacDonald is number 2, and there it is right there. So, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to repeat that for backdrop 3, 4, 5, 6. So, duplicate, and change it to 3, and duplicate, and change it to 4, duplicate, oh, change it to 4, I'm sorry, yeah, duplicate, change it to 5. Now we're going to make a new one, so we're going to do up to 7, because I'm going to make the new one for us. I got a new song that we can add, and that's what's cool. You can add as many songs as you like, and delete songs, and constantly change the way that you're touching the keyboard to make them work. There we go. Okay, now we can go to the home. Here it is, backdrop 1. It's hiding, but for all of the others, there it is right there. Okay, so there we are, good to go. Now, we have 7, but we don't have 7 yet, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to make that backdrop or stage. Go to hit your stages, go to backdrops. Maybe we should just call it backdrops. Go all the way down. I do have a 7 here, but we're just going to get rid of, whoops. We're just going to get rid of this. You can delete it. Okay? I want to make this the backdrop red. So I'm going to go down, make it red, get this square here. Now I start outside of the board there, so that way I know it's all completely covered. Okay? Now, as you can see with my other stages, they all have this little white to show the title. So I want that, and I don't know exactly how big it is. So all you have to do is go to it, click the little arrow, click on it, and copy it. and then go back to your backdrop and paste it. And there it is right there. Okay, now obviously if it doesn't paste in the corner, you can just move it to the corner. That's okay. The title of this song I'm going to be doing is London Bridges. So go to the T. What color do we want? London Bridges. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the yellow doesn't show up too well. That's kind of a cool. Well, you know what? Why don't we do black? I don't think I have a black. So, okay, we'll do black T. Here we go. You can do it anywhere you want. L-O-N-D-N. Whoops. Not E-N-O-N. And then I like to do it in 2 words. That way it's easier to move around. So for this one, I'm going to highlight it and put it in there. Highlight it and put it in there. London Bridges. Okay. There we go. Maybe you want to move it down. All right, now we got that. That's all we need for the backdrop. So we have the backdrop, and now we have our keyboards on the backdrop. So let's go to the home, and let's see, we don't have our little London Bridges badge, so we can't get to that backdrop. So let's make that. Now I made that a sprite. So go to the sprite, and you're going to want to create one. So go to the little paint. Okay. Now again, what you can do, I have them all black. I just kind of like to keep them that way. Go to one of them. I'm going to go to the little lamb, and again, I'm just going to copy it, and then I'm going to go to back to my other one, and I'm just going to paste it. And I know that that's the size. As you can see, that's the size of this right here. Okay. This size here, I can make it bigger to, does not affect the size right there. So you can, with the negative magnifier and the plus magnifier, you can make this bigger, smaller to see what you're going to do. Now, there was a duck already, and there was the star, and I drew the spider and the ABCs, obviously. But the lamb, I had to go and upload a picture, and so that's what I'm going to show you. I went to the internet, I copy and pasted I copied and saved a image, and I saved that. So I'm going to go into the costumes. I'm going to go to upload costumes and open it up here and go here, and I'm going to go down, and it is right here. London Bridge. There it is. Now obviously it's really big, and I'm going to have to make it, I'm going to have to make it smaller, a lot smaller. Well, I guess what I can do is just make this smaller, and then make it smaller. There we go. Now, what you need to do is because you have 2 of them, you're going to copy this one, then go back to your other sprite and paste it on there. There it is. Paste it in the corner. Okay. Now, I do agree it's a little bit, it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of room for the London Bridges to actually put that. So maybe what you can do is you can just, let's see what color. I think red would look cool for that. Maybe just write bridges, or bridge, and you understand. Obviously, maybe if you want, you can make them bigger. For right now, I'm just going to write bridge. Okay, and copy it and bring it in here. And there we go. There's our badge. Now we have all 6 of them. But I can touch this one, and that's good, but I can't touch this one. We haven't coded it, so now we got to code it. So go here. So how are we going to do this? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the events, and you know what? We're going to go get when this sprite is clicked. And when this sprite is clicked, then we want to go to looks and we want to switch our backdrop. And look, it already has it, backdrop 7. So now when you click it, it'll go to backdrop 7. So that's fantastic. And you can see that keyboard is already there. So that's good. So, but we don't have our house on backdrop 7. So let's go to the house, our home, and you can see all of these here. So let's just add, duplicate, and add backdrop 7. Now it'll be on backdrop 7. There it is. We'll click it and it'll go to songs, and there's our bridge. Okay, but you can see we have all of them. So what do we have to do? Well, we have to hide them, right? So we'll go back to the bridge, okay, and then we can just do when the backdrop switches to 2, we want to hide. So, like I said, the coding is extremely simple on it. It just takes you a little while to go and individually do each one of these. So when the backdrop switches to 3, you want to hide it, and the backdrop switches to 4, you want to hide it, and so on and so on. Okay, I'm not going to do it all because I know how much time that takes. So the one thing that we want to do, though, is what I can do really quickly is see if I can just at least duplicate these so they will hide when it's on 7. Now, let's take a look and see if that works. Oh, we have to show it for this one here. Okay, I always do that one, number 1 here, and then get rid of the hide and show. Okay, so let's go here and go back, and then, okay, now they're all off. Now, obviously, we're going to have to do the same thing with all of the keyboards, so the keyboards, and you have to do that. Okay, let's see if that works here. There we go, and oh, I'm sorry, number 7. There we go, now we got them all. And as you can see, they all will play. Okay, now, so we have all of that and we're ready to go. Now we just need some letters to go in here so we know what to play. Go back to your stage, go to your backdrop, and go down to number 7. Oh, it's already on there. So we're gonna text it, put the text in, and hit it, and I'm going to do this, I don't know why I do this, I was thinking white would be cool, okay? So we'll do white text. Okay, there we go. Now they're all in there. We'll click on it, and there you'll see them there. Now we want them to be over a little bit, so wherever you think. I kind of line it up with these. I think that looks about good. And there we go. That's it. You're all done. You're ready and to play your song. So let's just go back and make sure they're all there. And let's go here and let's test it out. Now, listen, full disclosure, I'm a professional singer, but I don't know how to play the piano. So bear with me because this is my first time getting this song. So let's see, I'll make it bigger and let's do it here. Okay, here we go. Fall as you can see, I still need to practice my typing while I did the piano, but then I need to practice my piano. But as you can see, I'm really good at singing, so that's not really a problem, you know. Maybe I should do a singing sprite. That would be a really good one. So there you go. We did it. Now you can practice your piano and you'll become the next Mozart, Beethoven, or whoever is a really good pianist out there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'd enjoyed it. If you did, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. I'm going to be making a ton of episodes about Scratch 3.0 and all of the wonderful things that you can do with Scratch and with coding. Remember, wear a raincoat when it's raining. Stay positive, stay coding, and stay tuned. I'm Coach Eric, and I'm out.